Hey everybody, it's Paul with reporting live from my sofa. How's it going today? I'm doing pretty good here in Sofa Land. I hope the Sofa Squad is doing amazing. We are going to be discussing some Jennifer Dulos updates today. So without further ado, let's review. Okay, so the first thing we're going to discuss is the custody case. So as we know, Jennifer and Fotis were in this very big, divorce and custody battle and all this. And so now her mother has been trying to gain custody of the children. For me, this is going to be a huge, sign of like which way is this case going to go. And thank God, the mother won custody. So let's just talk a little bit about what this article says. So the mother of missing Connecticut woman gained custody of her 5 grandchildren Thursday after the children's father was arrested in connection to the disappearance. And a judge ordered custody of the children to Gloria over their father, Fotis, who has been arrested in the case of his missing wife, Jennifer Dulos, 50, who was last seen in Connecticut on May 24th after dropping the children off at school. Now, the children would be kept like under armed guards and whatnot at her place in New York. And so it's been a major thing. He's been trying to get them back, made some public statements to them once he got hooked up with Norm Pettis. This is what Norm Pettis had to say. Fotis misses his children deeply, said Norm Pettis, a lawyer for Fotis, about the decision. The irresponsible manner in which the state has proceeded against him is costing his children the chance for a real relationship with a man who loves them deeply. This is a travesty of justice. We are evaluating his appealant options. Now, attorneys for Farber had argued that the kids haven't even lived with him for like 2 years. And they've been residing with her in New York ever since their mom disappeared. So, why all of a sudden this is a major thing is, I'm sure it's for appearances, in my opinion. He says Miss Farber has acted as a parent to the children since the plaintiff disappeared, and their safety and security has been paramount. They are emotionally bonded to her. It would be harmful for them to be removed from her care. And honestly, I feel like that's the best thing for them. Honestly, I know it's, who am I? But just from what I see is, I've been so nervous, like, are they being exposed to this? And, the whole 9 yards. So now the court order, the suspended contact between Fotis and his children, it remains in force. So he's not to be, talking to them or seeing them or whatever, which again, because of all these threats of I'm going to whisk him off overseas and who knows, he could have murdered his wife. Now let's talk about another interesting piece here. Jennifer Dulos' mother wants to hear Michelle Troconis' story. Don't we all? Attorneys representing Jennifer Dulos' mother in the civil lawsuit against Fotis Dulos and his real estate development company have called for an emergency hearing next week. So Farber's lawyers issued a subpoena this week for Troconis to be deposed at 10 a.m. Wednesday at their West Hartford office. This is going to be so interesting. Richard Weinstein, who has represented Farber in the lawsuits, has already called for sanctions against Fotis Dulos for failing to show up for a second time for a deposition. Troconis' attorney, Andrew Bauman, objected to his client being deposed. Bauman said his client asserts her Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination. This is just a real lovely couple. Real lovely couple. Farber's lawyers disagreed. The motion to quash is not legally proper, and that deponent can invoke her Fifth Amendment rights as to questions posed. Farber's attorneys wrote in the request for an emergency hearing. Bauman claimed the subpoena was an attempt to gain testimony from the deponent Troconis, and that counsel for Farber would surely seek to turn this discovery over to the state's attorney who was prosecuting Michelle Troconis, which, sure. I get that. Now, in this motion to quash, Bauman also requested that the court issue a protective order and cease any civil proceedings linked to Troconis. Now, the judge has not ruled yet still on the motion filed by Fotis Dulos' attorneys to suspend divorce proceedings because Jennifer is still missing. So this is going to be very interesting. So that's all the updates I'm going to go over for now for this. So again, this is getting more interesting. I think it's a good sign that the kids were, for obvious reasons, number one, the custody went to Jennifer's mother. But I also think that this is a sign of, okay, they're not, I just feel like they know stuff that we, the public, don't. for obvious reasons. And so while things might seem really murky to us, I think they have evidence that they can't share with us that's like, look, y'all, we're just trying to piece it all together, but this is not good. And I think it's in everyone's best interest to keep the kids in the most safest environment for them possible. So I hope everybody's doing good out there, and thank you for choosing to hang out with me. Click the bell if you want to know I'm around to hang out. Don't forget to check out the description where there's my podcast and all sorts of other things down there. And more than anything, I hope you have a wonderful time, weekend, night, whenever this finds you. And hey, I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.